few years ago, I decided that I would no longer purchase brand new holiday decor if possible. And instead, I started to focus on using what I already had, or thrifting for items in secondhand shops, or making pieces by hand. So for this Halloween season, I was in need of a decor refresh, and I decided to turn to our woods to forage for raw material of plants and sticks, as well as to my garden, where I had collected a variety of herbs over the season and had dried them. I placed all of my dried materials on my craft table, and I began to assemble them. Working with dried plants is often very different than working with fresh, as they are brittle and fragile, which makes the process far more attentive and mindful. Creating an herbal witch's broom is much like assembling a bouquet of flowers. First selecting the items that you will layer on the back side and have them lay flat, and slowly working the pieces forward so that each layer can be seen. Some of the materials I had also collected from bouquets I had been gifted over the last year: baby's breath, lavender, and even eucalyptus leaves, all made their way into my herbal witch's broom. Some other materials that work very well are sage, as well as dried wheat stalks, pine needles, and fir tree boughs. Once I had all of my materials organized the way I liked, I tied them together with some wool twine that I had on hand. The broomstick handle is made from a long piece of mountain driftwood, but any sturdy stick will do. To attach it to the bundle of dried herbs and plants, I simply worked it into the center of the bundle until it felt secure. Then I tied another piece of twine at the top of the stick and wound it down, binding the herb bundle to the stick until it was held in place. I trimmed off any excess pieces of twine before I wound the last length of the twine around the base of the broom handle and the tips of the dried plants to secure them all in place. Because some of my dried plants are a little bit more brittle than others, I used my glue gun to attach them to the witch's broom so that they could be seen and remain intact. Some other options to add would be dried fruits or gemstones or beads. Lastly, I upcycled a linen bow I had made for a wreath I created earlier in the season. I used a little bit of wire to attach it to the broom handle and thought it made a really nice finishing touch to the overall look of this broom. You can find the full tutorial for this project on my website, afarmtokeep.com. All the links are in the description box for this video below.